everyone. I'm Crystal Cruz. Tonight on News West 9 at 6, we've learned a Midland man is facing serious charges after being accused of inappropriately touching a young girl. This is 57-year-old Julian Carrasco. He faces 2 counts of indecency with a child. According to the affidavit, the child's parents told authorities Carrasco had inappropriately touched their daughter on 2 separate occasions. During an interview with the child, the report says she described a 3rd encounter when she was just 9 years old. She claimed Carrasco brought her into a shed and offered her $100 to stay quiet about what happened. Investigators also spoke with the girl's sister, who confirmed details from the night in question. Carrasco is in jail on a $500,000 bond. Just moments ago, a judge announcing the sentence for Braden Roop, who was found guilty of murdering his wheelchair-bound roommate in Odessa. News West 9's Sanji Milburn is at the courthouse to get us up to date. Sanji.
That's right, Crystal. After an hour of deliberation, the jury sentenced Braden Root to life with a $10,000 fine. Now, Braden Root admitted to shooting James Johnson 4 times with an AK-47 last year after an argument over living arrangements. And Johnson, who was disabled, was shot in the neck and died just a few feet away from his home. Now, today in court, prosecutors showed the jury that Root lived a dangerous and violent lifestyle before the shooting. Detectives with the Odessa Police Department testified they found multiple guns, ammo, marijuana, and a bulletproof vest in his room. They also looked at his phone. Detectives say text messages showed drug deals and videos of him flashing guns and drugs. Now, prosecutors said Root was also connected to 3 drive-by shootings, and one victim actually took the stand and claimed that he was involved in that. But the defense tells a different story. The defense argued that this was Root's first felony conviction and his first time facing a jury. Now, Braden Root chose not to testify, and the jury went into deliberation at 4:43, and we just got word that he was sentenced to life with a $10,000 fine. For more updates, head over to our website at newswest9.com. In Odessa, Sanji Milburn, News West 9.
Sanji, thanks. A man is facing drug trafficking charges after police say they found a large amount of drugs during a search in Midland. This is 29-year-old Elizar Rivera Valenzuela. Investigators arrested him after finding cocaine and THC in a trailer home during a search. According to the arrest affidavit, they found 140 grams of cocaine and more than 7,700 grams of THC cartridges. Rivera Valenzuela is in jail on a $50,000 bond. Today marks 24 years since the 9/11 attacks on our country. West Texans paused today to remember the nearly 3,000 lives lost on that horrific day. In Alpine, one first responder saw that tragedy firsthand. News West 9's Stephen Pepper takes us to a special ceremony held by Big Bend Border Patrol.
Alpine Fire Chief James Etchinson remembers it like it was yesterday as he was there at Ground Zero.
Well, I could still smell the sewage. I could still smell everything that was burning, and hearing silence and weird silence.
Today's 9/11 ceremony centered around this 1,300-pound piece of steel from the World Trade Center. It's the only one of its kind in the Big Bend sector, and when it arrived at the Border Patrol station in Alpine 13 years ago, its presence inspired an annual memorial.
It's still amazing that to this day that's still prevalent in my mind. And seeing everybody come out here and support it is just an amazing feeling.
Border Patrol agents, first responders, and community members gathered to pay tribute to the nearly 3,000 victims of the 2001 attacks. The solemn remembrance included a wreath-laying ceremony and a rendition of God Bless America. Now, 24 years since the fateful day, Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Harrison believes memorials like these are still so important.
So if it's never going to happen again, history often rhymes. It may not repeat itself, but it can be very similar to what happened in the past. So we need to teach them what happened and how to prevent it.
Alpine is far from New York City, but it doesn't mean the station isn't connected to the event. September 11th was also the same day the station broke ground. Brewster County Sheriff Rodney Dodson was in the area when he heard the unthinkable.
The shock was so great that, it became fitting that this place right here, this memorial, be the place that we celebrate it.
The Alpine Border Patrol tells me that they plan to host an even grander memorial next year that marks the 25th anniversary of the attacks, because to these agents, we must never forget. In Alpine, Stephen Pepper, News West 9.
In Midland, students, first responders, and the community came together to honor the lives lost and the heroes who risked everything on September 11th. The moment of remembrance brought generations together at Centennial Park. The Air Force Junior ROTC presented the colors while the Midland High Band played the national anthem. It was followed by a moment of silence, then taps.
I mean, it's very important for a number of reasons. When it comes to the first responders, we need to honor their sacrifice and kind of live by their example. For the victims of 9/11, it's important to never forget what happened so we can prevent tragedies like that from occurring in the future.
Sergeant Michael Wilson was just a student himself when the attacks happened. Now he serves his community in uniform. A local gym in Midland turned a workout into a powerful tribute. At Crunch Fitness in Midland, members and staff took on a physical challenge with deep meaning. They stepped on to a Stairmaster to climb 110 flights of stairs, symbolizing the 110 floors of the World Trade Center Twin Towers.
We're holding an event today. We're doing a stair climb. We're going to climb 1,000 steps in honor of 9/11 for the people who have fallen during that event. It's a very historical event in America. We like to honor them, all the people who have fallen, and the first responders as well that also sacrificed their lives to protect our country.
You're invited to stop by tonight to climb in honor of the first responders who made those fateful steps. At the end of the climb, you can sign a poster board leaving behind a message of remembrance. Well, first responders in Andrews had their own memorial stair climb today. Take a look. Andrews Police, EMS, and the Volunteer Fire Department climbed the bleachers at Mustang Bowl to honor the courage and sacrifice of the first responders during 9/11. They say the climb is a powerful reminder of bravery, unity, and the enduring spirit of service. In Odessa, dozens of American flags are waving at Memorial Garden Park, a moving tribute to honor the lives lost, the first responders who ran toward the danger without hesitation, and the families who still carry the weight of that day in their hearts. You're being encouraged to visit the park today to take a moment to pause, reflect, and honor their legacy. Well, one way Texas commemorates 9/11 is by recognizing first responders who have put it all on the line for us. Since 2003, the governor has awarded the Star of Texas to law enforcement officers and firefighters who lost their lives or were seriously injured in the line of duty. Today, Ector County Sheriff's Office Sergeant Abel Sanchez was given the Star of Texas by Governor Abbott. Sergeant Sanchez was injured in the line of duty in 2020 when he was shot while chasing a suspect. Luckily, he survived and was joined at today's ceremony with his family and Sheriff Mike Griffiths.
Well, we have a very beautiful Thursday on our hands. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures just a little bit above average. Nothing too crazy. 92 feels like 90 given that humidity and mainly the wind. You can see our camera here shaking just a little bit. Nothing too crazy in terms of wind gusts or blowing dust. No, we don't need to worry about that. Those winds are actually keeping temperatures nice and mild, preventing them from getting too high to begin with. 95 currently in Big Bend. 95 in Presidio, a couple of those 80s around those higher elevations, and no rain and any kind of cloud cover. It's just going to be very pop-up clouds, if that's even a term, out in Big Bend. But I do have some changes coming up for the weekend. You want to stay tuned. Crystal.
Jordan, thanks. The Midland County Commissioner's Court recently approved a pay raise for the Sheriff's Office that they say is crucial for recruiting and retaining qualified officers. Now jailers will earn $65,000 a year, $71,000 for cadets, $80,000 for deputies, and $83,000 for investigators. County Judge Terry Johnson says this pay raise reflects the work the Sheriff's Office does to keep people safe. And the city of Midland collected a record amount of sales tax in the past month, collecting more than $5 million. The Texas Comptroller says Midland saw a 15.26 increase in collected tax from last year. September sales tax collection is actually based on July sales. Today, a city leader spoke to the Downtown Lions Club in Odessa to break down the budget and highlight the impact of giving back. At the Lions Club meeting, members got a closer look at how city taxes are used and how even small changes in the budget affect essential services like fire, police, and parks. Mayor Cal Hendrick emphasized while property taxes are often discussed, they actually make up a much smaller part of the city's revenue than many people might realize.
I think when you explain to people the purpose of taxes, what they're used for, and the fact that they're 100% generated back into services for our citizens, I think they're more happy. I think if they understand it, they're a much happier taxpayer and a much more understanding taxpayer because they see where the money's going.
After the mayor's speech, he pitched in to help the Lions Club sort through donated eyeglasses to help the club's mission to provide vision care for those in need.
All right, well, those temperatures still staying a little bit on the warmer side, at least for during the day. Overnight, it's pretty good, but I have some rain chances trying to sneak in. I'll break down where you can expect them and when next.